Thank you for watching another live edition of the East West Football Podcast. I am Fidel Barraza, reporting live from Tappan Cellar in Fresno. So if you guys are outside right now, it's pretty hot. Come by and have a cold drink. Alongside with me, like always, Jerry Martinez, Kendall Whitley, and our special guest tonight, incoming freshman slot receiver Ryan Peppins. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
Great, man. Thanks for hopping on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ryan, so go ahead and tell us about it.
Football. What you want me to start from? High school?
Everything, man. Whatever you got, man. Let's hear it.
High school. Coming from Thompson 7A state championships. State championship. I haven't been recruited as much, but I was the top recruit in my state, Mr. Football. People looked over me because of my size and stuff, my height and stuff. So I went out to Utah. Was out there for a couple months. Then I hit the portal, and then Coach Hugh Jackson called me on a good term, and I had Auburn, I had Texas, my top three, and I went to Grambling State. Yes, sir.
So how did you start playing football? And tell us about your passion of the game.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old. My dad introduced me to me. I should be setting shoes up in the middle of the floor, just started juking the shoes and stuff. My dad always kept me the head of the game in football. Yes, sir.
Okay. Who would you compare your game to?
Tavon Austin. I like Tavon Austin. That's my favorite player, so I compare my game to Tavon Austin.
Yes, what do you like most about his game?
He just, he's a pretty small guy. He just keep elusive his speed. He's smart. He got great vision. It's just his West Virginia when he was in college. It's just he was a different animal, even when he was in high school. So yes, sir.
So I know you're an incoming freshman. That's correct, right?
Yes, sir.
So how's it been for you so far?
It's been good. A lot of stuff. From Utah to transition over here to Grambling. So yeah, me picking this HBCU path it's like it feels like home. It feels safe. It's better for me. I'm having fun with the teammates. A lot of people and a lot of coaches is just teaching me the game even more. So yes, sir. It's pretty good.
Why is it that you selected Grambling State out of all the schools that that tried to recruit you?
It's just I'm not looking at the SEC. I'm not looking at just the big top of the names, Auburn and all that type of stuff. I'm looking at the plan that they have for me. And Coach Hugh had the better plan. Coach Hugh he want to change Grambling and make it back where it was. And the HBCU passed. I want to make my own journey. So yes, sir.
All right, thanks, Ryan.
Hey, what's going on, Ryan? You was named Mr. Football. You the first wide receiver after Julio Jones, man. Tell me about that honor and how was it like? What was it like getting named that?
Honestly, when I was down there, I didn't even want to go to the award ceremony. Honestly, I thought that I wasn't gonna get it, and I wasn't really thinking about getting it. It's just I let God handle things in the way that He do, and He just I guess He blessed me with that gift. But it's not just about the trophy; it's about me loving the game and playing the game with the other boys against me, with either on my team, just having fun playing the game of football.
Very good. And you're a slot receiver. Are you comfortable playing outside, or you just mainly rely?
Yes, sir, I can play outside. They put me a running back. I can do it all. Yes, sir.
Just a chess, please. Just a versatile play all around, I guess.
Yes, sir.
What's your 40, man?
My 40 is a 4.32. Yes, sir.
4.32?
I'm trying to work on getting a 4.2, but I'm a 4.32 right now.
And you say you compare your game to Tavon Austin.
Yes, sir.
Real good, man. Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, Tavon Austin, he was a highlight reel, man. I tell you that. So yeah, I got to see a lot of his games, and I mean, if you just put on Tavon Austin, I think he has probably one of the best, highlight shows. And I mean, you try not to get a cut up in the highlights, but it felt like every game that he was playing was a highlight reel.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I mean that's awesome, man. A couple questions. I mean, what's the ultimate goal for you? I mean, when obviously you've been able to get back to Grambling and the community and whatnot. What is your ultimate goal?
It's my ultimate goal. Number one is obviously keep God first. Number two, get to the league. Number three is just it's not about football. It's just making sure kids that's little and just don't have what it takes, just keep working. Let God handle it. No matter about your size. If you're good at football, if you go out there and catch a ball and make plays for your team, and you get offers and all this and that, it don't matter. Just go out there and have fun. No matter what the size, weight, just go out there and ball.
Man, that's awesome. I mean, it didn't even that sounded so genuine. You know what I mean? And that's the thing that is lacked, especially wide receivers, man. For whatever reason, they had this stigma about being a diva. Who's your current wide receiver that you can kind of, I guess, give us a little bit more modern, right? Because we haven't seen Tavon Austin in the NFL. I mean, we've seen him here and there, but more on special teams. But give us a little bit more of a modern.
I'll say Tyreek Hill.
Ooh,
I say
now
Tyreek.
that's a big shoes to fill, man. I'll tell you that.
I don't want to be Tyreek Hill. I want to be Ryan Peppins. So,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
I'm Tyreek Hill. I can say I'm like Tyreek Hill though.
Hey, but if you're getting up to that 4.2 speed and you can get that 4.2 speed, I mean, welcome to his club, right? I think that I think with Tyreek, what I saw with him through his evolution with the Chiefs is how he never stopped evolving. And I think that that's something that's very important, right? It's very critical, especially for you. Like, you're stepping in. You want to find your maybe a mentor amongst the team, and then from there you'll be able to take over and allow your game to show.
Yes, sir.
Hey Ryan, any weaknesses that you would like to work on coming into this upcoming season? Any weaknesses? I know you didn't point out none in your earlier statement, but what is something we all have something we can improve on?
Learning the plays, just picking up on plays, and also learning the defense. I know how to read defense once I see it, but I want to pick it up fast. Like the DB looking at something that I need to work on, he could be in the film room looking at me. I want to be in the film room looking at him. So yes, sir.
Appreciate it, Ryan. Appreciate it, Ryan.
I mean, all that is great, man. I think if anything, what was their overall? I mean, because I'm pretty sure you already been at the facility, right, at the Grambling State.
Yes, sir.
All right, awesome. So, what was your first take when you finally stepped foot? You finally saw your locker room. I mean, overall, give us a little summary. How'd you feel? I mean, how's the vibes?
It's just let's ball. let's work. It's about. I'm not worried about what the facility look like. I'm not worried about the locker rooms. I'm worried about what I'm gonna do when my chance comes. When my time, when Peppins, let's go ball. That's what I'm worried about. When my name called.
Hey man, that sounds awesome, man. I'm really stoked. I've already said in the past I'm gonna be paying attention to Grambling this year. I just need to know what's that jersey number so I can make sure that I see you when I see you.
Yes, sir. Number 11.
Number 11. Hey,
11.
nice number, man. Nice number. I appreciate your time, man. Good luck. Best of luck this season.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey Ryan, before we let you go and let the audience know where we can follow you on social media.
Yes, sir. Ryan Peppins on Instagram, at R Peppins on Twitter. Yeah. That's all. Yes, sir.
Hey, real quick, I do have another question. Go ahead and give me a stat line for yourself in 2022. What's that looking like?
I gave myself last. I think I gave myself.
Well, what's the goal? What's the goal, Ryan?
Oh, I want to be the top player in HBCU. I want to be top player in college football. Period. I want.
How many
when I leave here my freshman year, I want to be the name that everybody talking about. I want to be the one that everybody be like, oh, y'all got to go watch that kid. And then when I get ready to go to the draft, I want to be the top person that's in the draft. I want to be that person.
How many touchdowns this season?
I'm going for the higher, so I'm going to just say myself 20 to 23, 25, 24.
Oh, wow.
All right.
That's great, man. That's great, man. Never allow anybody to put a limit to you, man. And
sir.
24, hey, man, that all hats off to you and best of luck on that season.
Yes, sir.
Ryan, appreciate your time, man. Good luck this upcoming season, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, you have a good one. All right, and we continue our live stream with some news from earlier today. Baker Mayfield, the Browns are trading quarterback Baker Mayfield to the Panthers in exchange for a conditional 5th-round pick per rap sheet. Gentlemen, finally happened, but not the team that we were guessing they was going to go to. A lot of people were thinking Seattle.
Yeah, a lot of us, we thought Seattle. We just talking about on the previous podcast. We thought it'd probably be Seattle, and I thought Seattle was the best fit. But I like the Carolina fit. They got some receivers at Robbie Anderson. That's going to be interesting there with him now, with the comments that came out of him. DJ Moore, keep an eye on Terrence Marshall from LSU. I think he's a pretty good receiver. A lot of times we see the receiver, they make that second year leap. So maybe this the year we can see something for Terrence Marshall. I would like to see them do something. Maybe next year, probably not this year, but we have to see who gets traded or cut in going in training camp. But I think they need some production from the tight end. And the biggest question is, can Christian McCaffrey stay healthy? But it's a lot of ifs with the Panthers. But everything, they got a young defense coming back. If everything comes to fruition, I think Carolina can have a pretty good year with Baker Mayfield.
Man, I'm gonna go ahead and just put it out there, man. I think that the Browns and the Panthers are even for me. I think they're a 4 to 7 win kind of game season for both teams.
Mhm.
I think they're both equally about the same. You know, they have a pretty talented defense. You bring in Baker, and now with a looming suspension for Deshaun.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how safe I feel with Jacoby Brissett, man. If Jacoby Brissett is the long term quarterback for the Browns, I'm expecting a possibly 4 game wins, and that's because the defense stepped up and the running game did its job, and Jacoby was able to do just enough to get those wins. On the back end, the Panthers, I feel with the addition of Baker, uh,
They've
that
gotten
defense,
better.
that defense is solid, man. That defense is solid. They're gonna get a lot of people back healthy, and like
Mhm.
you said, Kendall said, if Christian McCaffrey can stay healthy, and you get Baker. Now, I even saw Robbie Anderson. I think it was Bleacher Report
Yeah.
who put out that Robbie Anderson said there's no problems there, but I'll tell you this: they got a lot closer to winning seven games now in that division because of the defense. So
Yeah.
evenly matched. I think the Browns are in a tougher situation. I know with the addition of Amari Cooper, it was going to be exciting for the Browns and the defense and the rushing attack. But man, we've seen Jacoby Brissett with the Dolphins and of course with the Colts. And I mean, if he continues that play, it's going to be hard for the Browns to reclaim where they were once the top of the division.
Well, two takeaways for me. One of them is that they only give up a fifth round pick, and I know it's got a conditional fifth round pick, but still, I mean, that's not a lot to give up for Baker Mayfield. The other thing that stood out to me, report came out saying that they were not going to give him the starting role there in Carolina, that there was going to be a quarterback competition between him and Sam Darnold.
Saw that. Yeah, and I mean, at this point, you can easily regain your draft compensation you gave up for him, maybe through Sam Darnold, and they said they're not going to release Sam Darnold,
No.
so that's also another storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think this rules out Cam Newton coming back to the Panthers. There was rumors that he'd be coming back there. We know they drafted Matt Corral out of Ole Miss or whatnot. They took Corral and they still have Sam Darnold. So it's a three race. It's what they say. If you got too many quarterbacks, you don't have one quarterback. So
Okay.
I
Well,
think
yeah. Let me ask you. Sorry, Ken. I'm going to cut you off, but let me ask you guys this: do you guys see Carolina carrying 3 quarterbacks in the active roster by week 1?
Oof, man, I right
We know
now,
how some teams do it. They don't carry 3; they carry 2.
mhm.
right now, the one thing that we've seen these last couple of seasons with Matt Rule is that he's truly a wild card. And honestly, I think Matt Rule is going to hold on to all 3 quarterbacks, and so I don't see him moving them.
All right. Well, with that being said, thank you everyone out there for watching this live stream. We'll be back tomorrow to give you some more updated NFL news. Till then, have a great night. Thanks for watching.